I've got to start saying fair use just for educational purposes and whatever else because of copyright issues for use in site at work. I just started listening to this and I want to share.
Hey, Joe. Welcome. Thank you.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Sam Harris sends his regards.
Yeah, Sam's a beautiful man.
He is. I love that guy. And he's one of the reasons why you're here. So, universal basic income. This is what this is all about.
Yes. Yeah, that's what my campaign for president is all about.
That's an interesting focus of a campaign and very unusual. And I mean, 4 years ago, you never even thought that would have a chance at all. But this is a subject that has been gaining momentum, and I made a big shift because I had my friend Eddie Wong on once, and he was the first person to bring it up. And my initial knee-jerk reaction was, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like universal basic income, just going to give people money. They're just going to be lazy. Nothing's ever going to get done. That's a terrible idea. And then I started paying attention to the rise of AI and automation and how many jobs are going to get taken away from. And then once you see the actual numbers, it's pretty staggering.
Yep.
And then I started paying attention to the rise of AI and automation and how many jobs are going to get taken away from. And then once you see the actual numbers, it's pretty staggering.
Yeah, and that's how I got there, Joe. Like, I spent the last 7 years running an organization that I'd started called Venture for America. And we helped create about 3,000 jobs in Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis, Birmingham, New Orleans, other cities around the country. And I saw that we're pouring water into a bathtub that has a giant hole ripped in the bottom. And that for every 5, 10, 50 jobs that my entrepreneurs are going to create, we're going to lose 5, 10, 50,000 jobs.
It's not something that people intuit.
Okay. Where's he getting these numbers from? I don't know. And I don't care because they're bunk. September 18th, 2018 from Forbes. Machines and algorithms in the workplace are expected to create 133 million new jobs or new roles, but cause 75 million jobs to be displaced by 2022, according to a new report from the World Economic Forum called The Future of Jobs 2018. This means that the growth of artificial intelligence could create 58 million net new jobs in the next few years. With this net positive job growth, there is expected to be a major shift in quality, location, and permanency for the new roles. Permanency for the new roles. And companies are expected to expand the use of contractors doing specialized work and utilize remote staffing. So yeah, the automation is that's just what they predict. In 2025, machines are expected to perform more current. I mean, just like friggin' Facebook was the end all and be all for social media, and Twitter and whatnot, and like Twitter is starting to fall behind. Facebook's basically out of the picture. So, Sears Roebuck turned into Amazon. Payphones, were never supposed to be replaced, and all of a sudden, everyone's got cell phones, and anyways, this report is intended to provide guidance on how to improve the quality of work being done by humans and how people should become prepared for emergent roles. And it is based on a survey of chief human resources officers and strategy executives from more than 300 global companies across 12 industries and 20 emerging economies. So, how many jobs did the steam shovel create? let's go up to this one. Before the invention of the steam engine, people used the power provided by animals, wind, water to farm, mill, flour, and transport goods and people from place to place. But none of these sources of energy were reliable or perpetually renewable as steam. The invention of steam helped drive the Industrial Revolution, which created new jobs for the people and drew them in urban centers. The coming of steam, the use of steam has been explored since the 17th century, but it was not until 1712 that England. And so, basically, it took us 200 years to really, just under 200 years to become familiar with steam before it was, really practiced. And the thing is that technology is advancing so fast, and we're just going into the artificial age of intelligence era, along with information era. I mean, it's still like internet. But it pretty much goes along the electronics, the computer era. Steam, as it drove the Industrial Revolution, had different effects on people's lives. Middle class sprang up around the factories, mills, transportation hubs, and financial centers created by the Industrial Revolution. These people worked less and enjoyed an improved standard of living. But those who worked in the dark satanic mills, as the English poet William Blake called the factories, labored at low wages and for long hours under conditions that were unhealthy and dangerous. We don't need to go into the children. Wait, is that really it? So, I don't know who the hell Marie Anderson is. Spam. Let's see. Let me actually look. People fear losing over steam. John. It really tells us about the future of automation at work. Well, someone else has really thought of this. And this is from theconversation.com. And economists say there is no need to worry. They point to past major transformations in work, task, and labor markets, specifically the Industrial Revolution, and during the 18th and 19th centuries, did not lead to major social upheaval or widespread suffering. The economists say that when technology destroys jobs, people find other jobs, as one economist argued. Since the dream of the industrial age, a recurrent fear has been that technological change will spawn mass employment. Neoclassical economists predicted that this would not happen. It's really hard to read that cursive because people will find other jobs, albeit possibly after a long period of painful adjustment. By and large, the prediction has proven to be correct. They're definitely right about the long period of painful adjustment. The aftermath of the Industrial Revolution involved two major communist revolutions, whose death toll approaches 100 million. The stabilizing influence of the modern social welfare state emerged only after World War II, nearly 200 years from the 18th century beginnings of the Industrial Revolution. So very important. Communist revolutions, and that's kind of like what's happening right now, huh? So, and see, this is like the importance of doing research, and I'm showing y'all like this is how I find my facts out, and this is how I create my ideas, and or how I see things happening and stuff. I mean, I'm not a prophet or anything of that nature. I do trends research, and the trends are usually, pretty within a ballpark. So today, as globalization and automation dramatically boost corporate productivity, many workers have seen their wages stagnate. The increasing power of automation and artificial intelligence technology means more pain may follow. Are these economists minimizing the historical record when projecting the future? Essentially telling us not to worry because in a century or two things will get better? Reaching a tipping point. To learn from the Industrial Revolution, we must put it in proper historical context. The Industrial Revolution was a tipping point. For many thousands of years before, economic growth was practically negligible, generally tracking with population growth. Farmers grew a bit more food, and blacksmiths made a few more tools. But people from the early agrarian societies of Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, and India would have recognized the world of 17th century Europe. But when steam power and industrial machinery came along in the 18th century, economic activity took place. The growth that happened in just a couple hundred years was on a vastly different scale than anything that had happened before. We may be similar to a tipping point, referred to now as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, whereas all that has happened in the past may appear minor compared to the productivity and profitability potential of the future. So it's easy to underestimate in the events of impact of globalization and automation. So I'm not going to read this entire thing, but what it comes down to is USA selling technologies to pay off debt. Well, this is in let's see, economists of conservative and libertarian Ben Longin. Get out of here. It just won't let me close it. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm finally the nation may have huge hits, but let's see. The world's roads were originally built as toll roads, so it'd hardly be revolutionary to return to that model. So tolling the roads, that means taking it out of the freaking the grimy business of buying and selling U.S. debts. That's how they pay down credit card debt faster. Pay off debt. USA's total near $306 a share could let it pay off March debt in stock. Anyways, that I'm good. Like friggin'. Hopefully you understand that. We're going through just standard, evolution of technologies and stuff. What I can say is that jobs, AI won't replace. I definitely tell you, the hairstylist, 100%. These jobs are safe from being replaced by automation. The creatives, maintenance foremen, hairdressers, therapists and social workers, teachers, that's not true. Healthcare workers, Not true. Caretakers, there's already been automation involved in caretaking. Just like healthcare and everything like that. So that's not a really good one. Check out The Guardian, even though I'm not a big fan of it. What the fuck? Jobs at risk of automation. What the hell is this? I don't understand that picture. What jobs will be around in 20 years? Telemarketer? Loan officer? That's not true. Oh, I see it. Those are jobs that won't be around. My bad. I meant to look for will be around. James, yeah, that was right. There's human jobs at computer. And more jobs AI won't replace services. AI won't replace human. Well, I should say services. The one industry AI won't replace. If we read in Thief 001, I stopped on page 141 first on. What the fuck? Get away. Whatever. Alright. All I'm saying is that there's certain jobs that AI won't replace because it's too costly and too hard to make a robot capable of doing certain things. But they are getting better. Automated masons.
Our system is called SAM for Semi-Automated Mason, and it's been developed by our company, Construction Robotics. The SAM system is working alongside masons, helping them install brick. It can handle a wide variety of bricks that are used out there in construction, primarily for veneer commercial construction, most of your institutions, your schools. It's really designed to help your commercial masonry contractors increase their productivity and help reduce.
Oops. Plastic.
many of these families for years, sometimes even a lifetime, they don't have that opportunity to have a safe shelter. So when they move into a new story community, when they move into a safe home, families' lives are transformed.
Blast it. No, I don't want to watch that.
Did you use purple bricks? I wasn't sure what I'd get from them.
You kidding me? Their agents
Oh,
do
whatever.
everything
This
for
is dumb. Oh my God. Oh, whatever. Oh, whatever. Okay, you get the point. All right, take care. Be safe. Be kind. Stay strong. Love you all. And sorry for narrating over some of my research. Oh, yeah.